Whether you shoot heroin, smoke heroin, snort heroin, you're getting the exact same feeling.
But you did put a dirty airport needle in your arm.
Like, if you want to suck it, cool. Suck anybody's in the whole world except your brother.
You know, I just get you to do it so it syncs the cameras.
Oh, is that why they do this?
Yeah.
I thought it just looked cool.
Cookie, are you serious?
Yeah.
You're from Hollywood.
But that make that sound
So that lets the audio and the video in the edit process, they see that big spike and they're like, that's how you sync audio and video together.
Oh, so the electronics doesn't do it. The human doing it.
The human, that loud noise. Well, now I'm sure there's tech for it, but, you know, we're not as that important.
I knew it.
Right. So just,
you knew there's something there.
Yeah.
We ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Boom.
Boom.
All right.
Which is nuts because
we're in.
You've done music videos. But you're
no,
never,
I've done
behind the
plenty of
scenes,
things that have.
But you just didn't know what this did.
I just thought it was some shit that'd been around since like the 20s or whenever Hollywood started. And
you thought it was
cool.
for production
cool,
value.
This does look cool always.
Like races, they're like whatever, you know, like everything has like a thing that or like shoot the gun,
right?
Whoosh.
Some guy who sells these.
Like they weren't going to bring a gun in because then someone's going to get shot.
Okay, we're going to have to change the ceiling in here every week.
So learn something new
you
every
guys
day.
might not even realize the third mic with us today is, dude, you are such a big piece of my childhood. And by childhood, I mean I was probably 21, 22, 23. Your music and, dude, even you're amazing. So our guest today is Mickey Avalon. And,
let's go.
Legend. Your album was fucking amazing.
Thank you.
It was your debut album, 2006.
I think that was,
Mickey Avalon. Dude, that was peak partying age. And that was when like music was just like fun party music.
Best times.
And I don't know if you intended it for it to be as like fun party music for us, because I'm sure it was coming from a darker place for you, or no? Or
yeah,
was
I mean, I definitely am happy the way it all turned out, but no, I would be lying if I was like, this was the plan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We were just having fun. So, I mean, there was definitely fun going into it, but I would say most lyrically, like it was probably more darker stuff, but I know, like at least the comedy I like it's darker, like it has to be funny.
Right.
Like you can't just say something dark because like that's obviously like, that's sad. You know?
Right. And then
it needs to translate into something better.
Like a sad statement that's just all it is. Like, okay, that's real artistic. You said something that everyone knows.
How do we
is sad.
flip
Like, someone died. Okay.
Yeah. And to do it in, first of all, genre like hip hop, right? So you're already like a white kid going into a genre where it's like, that's what I would do if I were to be a rapper, is I would have to rely on humor chops.
Yeah.
Because like I don't have that kind of struggle.
You never
had that
robbed
struggle.
nobody.
Yeah, I never did like when I think about it, like I never the only
we had to embrace like kind of the way that, well, like first of all, like we didn't sell drugs. Well, I mean, I sell weed, but like we're like, oh, we can't like lie and say we did all these things. We're like, we're the guys who buy the drugs.
Right. I didn't grow up.
You couldn't lie back then
You were the
because
user, so he's doing the party experience.
Yeah.
Oh, his raps are about, here's what I did with the drugs that the black guy sold me.
But also people would have receipts back then to ask you like, yo, my man, are you really about this? Nowadays, the rap game is a little different. It's more like legit, like a fraud entertainment kind of situation. Back then, you're not going to say you're selling lean, but not selling lean.
Yeah.
You're not going to do that.
And also like, now there's like styles of rap where you just like do bars about like guns, but you don't have guns. You know, to me, like that's weird.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean? But it's just like, oh no, I can say clever shit about guns, even though I don't have, and that's like a whole thing in itself.
Right, as long as you're funny or clever with it.
But I think that's weird. Like, why don't you just not talk about guns if it's not part of your life?
Right, exactly.
You know?
But what if you thought of like a funny enough line where you'd be like, I know this is disingenuous, but I just want to say it.
Well, no, you could like, I think Eminem did something about like shooting his dick off or something. Like, that's funny.
Right. But it's not a gun statement, right? He's not like, I'm out here.
I'm like working these streets. And then we're also like, embrace the fucking, instead of us just talking about what losers we are, we're like, let's embrace like the fucking braggadocious part, but say shit that no one's proud of. Like, be braggadocious about, like, you know, you get the whole fucking...
Yeah. It's a little self-deprecating, which is what makes it great. Too, right? It's just you're an old Jewish comic.
We're like, I'm so hard, I'll fuck your dad in federal
or our
prison.
dicks are out.
You know?
That's
like,
great.
To me, that's funny.
Oh, it's so good. It's like me and my friend, and part of my language, we used to say that to each other. It's like, come over here and let me kiss you on the lips, you little right? You'd be like, it's clearly I'm the that situation, but it's like,
and every gay guy I know like uses that shit.
Obviously,
You know,
but it's also a fun
like-
to push boundaries, right?
Yeah.
Social boundaries. When you push that social boundary, then that's when you get the reaction. You're like, oh shit, this is where it's fun.
Yeah, I mean, we were doing shit for ourselves. We definitely didn't think nothing would come of it. Simon made most of it.
right. Well, I was going to lead up. I know I started like in the middle because I was hyping you up, and I got excited because I'm like, oh my god, this is fucking. You know, when's the next time I'm gonna get to chat with you about all this shit? It all. You know, where did you find out that you can make music, and what was your, you know, because it took a while before, like you said, we'll get to Simon and everything. There was a pretty long journey.
Not crazy long, but I mean, long. And I mean, a lot of it.
I mean, the shit you went through.
Yeah, so that's just my life.
Yeah.
But then a lot of things had changed. Like a lot of it just has to do with like technology. We can legitimately say it was a fluke because equipment had come out that you could have in your house for cheap and just fuck around. Like if it would have been 30 years before that, you would have had to save money, go to a studio. Like it would have had to been like a thing. You couldn't be like, oh, we're just fucking around. It'd be like, no, you saved a year's worth of fucking minimum wage job bullshit to go make this. So
you had to be committed to the music.
So the fact that like Simon had the equipment, we would just fuck around. I was in like going to rehabs and I was living in a sober living place. So I had a curfew. So we would do the songs and then I would have to be home, and I didn't know he was going to the clubs after and bringing the CDs.
Oh, really?
Also, it wasn't like something I was embarrassed of, but it was kind of, you know, like you do shit with your friends.
During the day with Simon, you were rapping about all this fucking crazy shit and then going home to sleep in a rehab facility.
No, it was like, I already got through, like I had to
great.
go to AA and, like, I mean, it was just really like an apartment.
Right.
Like I got through the rehab part.
Right.
So it's like a halfway between this and that. I mean, I guess if someone would have said, okay, people need to hear this for something to happen, I'd be like, well, I don't want anything. Like it's more just like something you do with your friends that you're not necessarily embarrassed for the rest of the world, but you kind of think you're like in closed doors.
It was like an escape for you.
Well, did you have any like name in the streets yet, like in LA, or were you just kind of like doing this and Simon was like, hey, look, I'm gonna go and bring this around town?
So I don't even know if he was trying to do anything. Basically, my friend Ben, like I was in a graffiti crew when I was a kid, CBS.
Fire.
But it's not like name on this, you know what I mean? Just like that's one thing. And that was really just friend, you know, I got in that when I was like probably 14, but just I wasn't very good at like actually doing art. I just vandalized stuff. I started, well, no, I got into
it's
painting.
It's the story of my career. I got
painting. I started painting after, not connected to that at all because I wanted to be a painter. Like but that had nothing, like I like writing on the butt, like fucking shit up. I was an angry fucking child. I didn't know I was angry. Like they all tell, like, you know,
they look back, you're like, that
everyone tells you like you're angry. You're like, no, I'm not.
You're like, dude, I didn't come in any school shootings.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm happy as fuck. You know what I mean? So my friend Ben, who I've known forever, he was friends with Simon. They both like male modeled together. That guy is he's a bad seed. I mean, he's my homie, but he spent most of his life in prison since then. Not for hurting anybody or anything, just making counterfeit money. He's really good at it.
He shouldn't go to jail for that.
But then it was like funding a war, like Nicaraguan guerrilla wars, because the people who buy the money, and each one is like a different count.
Oh,
each
damn,
bill.
that's amazing.
So it's a mess. Like he lived at Simon's for a while, and he would make a lot of fake shit. And then Simon and he's like, you can't make fake money at my house anymore. He's like, okay. So then he made like a fake ID for himself. And then Simon comes home and he's like, look how good it is. And he goes, look at it again. He goes, what? He goes, bro, if you go to the DMV to get a license, you can't take a picture with your shirt off. He's like, oh, fuck. His driver's license was it. So, but that guy, Ben, introduced us because I had some friends. Like some of the graffiti dudes started kind of getting into hip hop. And that's some music. Like I grew up on other kind of music, like from my dad, old rock and roll, blues and shit like that. But then when hip hop came out, I liked it. Like that's the music I found for myself.
What did you grow up on?
Blues, country, rockabilly. Just my father's music.
Are you musical at all? Or
No.
See, like I don't know how to play musical instruments, so I was like, maybe I could do rap. That was like a thing, I thought, because I'm like, I know words. And if I can write words, most of rap.
I think that happened without me having such a...
right. You're like, I don't
like,
know.
I was going to... Like, I took one piano lesson because I was like, I want to play piano like Jerry Lee Lewis. And then the guy comes and he's like, every good... I go, no, can we just skip to Great Balls of Fire?
Tell me the song.
And he's like, no. And then I'm like, yeah, this isn't for me.
Yeah.
So that was the first music, like... I still love my dad's music, but that was like the first thing that was like my own. You know, you find something like 13 years old. It's like a pivotal time.
What was the first hip hop stuff that you were?
I like all the Def Jam stuff. You know, Run DMC, Slick Rick, BC. My first concert was the BC Boys when I was 11. BC Boys, Run DMC at the Greek together forever. My mom took me. So I just like kind of write rhymes in my head, I guess. But then some of my friends, they were like getting into like underground shit, and I'm like, I got married young, had a kid. Like that wasn't on my agenda.
Okay.
Like doing and even though I'm like,
so what did you want to be?
I want to be a painter.
You want to be a painter?
Yeah.
Did you have connects, or you're like, I'm just going to go out and try to make? I just want to paint.
I didn't even think you could make money being alive as a painter. So I just like, it's just what I liked. Like I wanted to paint as good as I could paint. Like I sold weed. I had shitty jobs.
Were you a big weed dealer? Or you were kind of just like
pretty big I mean, I sold pounds.
Oh, that's cool.
But I mean, I was young. I started selling weed when I was 13. My mom was my dealer, but then she
wow, that's
cut
amazing.
me off. Yeah, she cut me off. See, I only smoked weed. That was fine. But then when I got into hard drugs, I got the fucking kibosh. Because she's like,
because now you're spending money. Now you're the money.
Well,
You're
it's
making.
just like a slip. That's not a slip. I mean, just
Like,
that's a hard drug.
She doesn't want me to die.
Right.
But more importantly, and not even like, you can't have people work for you that are fucking compromised. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
liability.
So it's more important. Like she would rather me just get sober, but if not, like you ain't waiting for me.
I don't trust you.
You know, like you're not gonna get me, but like you're not just gonna take the whole ship down because you're a loser. You know. So
wait, what were you? Were you doing like crazy hard stuff?
Yeah, I was just shooting heroin.
Wow.
I looked really young when my first record came out, but I wasn't that young. What was 2006? So. What's that? 17? So I was like 30 years old. 29 years old. You know what I mean? I just look like I was.
You know what's
15.
crazy? The older I get, the more I look at people, and I'm like, that guy probably is older than me, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm older than all these people because I feel
you see
19
some nerdy
inside. I feel 19 inside.
Same with me.
Yeah.
Like I'll see someone who just has like Dockers,
Like, what an old loser.
and then they're like 10 years younger than me, and I'm like, that is so.
Yeah, more successful. You're like, what? This TikToker. This child on YouTube is 7 and has $20 million.
Yeah, that's a whole nother fucking
that's
weird
a whole nother
thing.
Like,
Like, but
grumpy old Jews. That's us.
a lot of that shit kind of like social media, like a lot of things lined up like in a good way,
Right.
that have gone way crazier now, but a lot of those things help. So basically we do these records, just messing around.
You and Simon writing them?
Me and Simon.
Who's writing the lyrics? This is for your record. I'm not even...
before my record.
You're just digging around. Is this like the old dyslexic speed reader shit? Or
But
no?
even before, yes,
Okay.
me, Simon, and Andre Legacy.
Yeah. Great
like
name.
really bad, really dumb, and really bad.
That's the best. That's the best.
I love the creativity behind the name.
Dude,
though.
dyslexic speed readers was their name. Of
Like
their
that's
group?
even anything you've heard is a lot better than that shit.
Really?
Like, I mean, like some of it was so bad it was good. And
Do you
some
perform any of it for fun every once in a while?
I don't even know. Like I'd have to find the CD and
Oh my
like
God.
listen to it. You know. So Simon would make all the beats. I would just write shit in my head, but like not freestyle, like write it and do it. And then Simon would just freestyle.
Of course.
Andre Legacy was the dude who wanted to like really get into music. Like he's got an early record called Wiggin' Out, and it's like his graffiti name, Met Fly. But I lived in Oregon at the time. I would come fuck around. This is before we met Simon. It was like I did like one verse on his thing. So then this guy Ben's like, my friend Simon makes beats. You guys should meet him. It was more for Andre. So we go over and we're like, we got along. We were like best friends immediately. And we're like, his beats are cool. But we're like his freestyles, we just were dying laughing the whole time.
Oh yeah.
Like he'd just be like, I grabbed the mic like Ricky Lake. Just like this shit. And we're like, this
All of
guy's
a sudden he's blowing a dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like before anyone was
Everything
talking
goes
about
gay.
that.
Everything goes gay.
Yeah, so we're just
Two
like
verses, what's
sucking
up?
my own dick. We're like, okay, so then we just fucking were like all in. We weren't doing like cool guy shit or anything, but like we weren't doing that. We're like, okay, dude, we're just like new plan, you know? So
You guys were the original Island Boys.
dude, what's up? Dude, like those fools like made out with
He
each
said
other.
they sucked each other.
So I just got a new video and they're sucking each other off.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Isn't that illegal?
You want me to show you?
No, but
Yeah.
I
don't
feel
feel
like you guys
having
have
a
the
boner.
stomach for some shit
no,
like
but
that,
that's so they're so being like viral or whatever has taken over children so much that they're willing to suck their brother's dick.
Dude,
They're really
Like,
well.
that's so next level.
it's so. At what point?
Like if you want to
is it
suck a dick, cool. Suck anybody's dick in
Except
the whole
your
world
brothers, yeah.
except your brothers.
Right.
Like, come on. Like, what? Yeah, isn't that illegal?
It's
Maybe
gotta be-
not Florida.
It's got to be
Not
illegal.
illegal in Florida.
And how much
not in Florida.
money? They didn't even monetize it, right? Like, how are they at least making money off of it? Now you're just known as a dude that sucked your brother's dick.
Like,
Who's going to give you
they're gonna
sponsorships?
next year. It's gonna be like Island Boys commit double suicide.
Right.
Literally.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
next?
dude. Whether you're on drugs or not, like they're gonna wake up and be like, I sucked my brother's dick.
Yeah. At some point they peak. This is
Like,
already.
you know what I mean?
I mean, this is not peaking. This is already kind of crashing. Like you're already crashing because you lost all the other avenues of
I
making
thought
money.
the makeout was fucking weird, and then going like, "Wait, that's not gay." Like, it's whatever
Is it?
you
That's
say
what-
it is.
what I,
Okay.
it, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, it's probably
It's
with incest and then
which
gay.
is gnarlier
then
than
gay.
you know.
It's
Yeah.
definitely not gay first.
It's incest first. The worst crime is the incest. The gay is okay.
This is a
We're
bi-
okay with the gay.
You know what I mean? This
It's
is
the fact that-
2023. No one cares about gay.
Right. If it was a straight brother and sister making out, the incest is the problem.
It's a biological issue. For
Dude, even when like you talk about like two hot twins, like when you really start thinking about that, you're like, that would actually be kind of weird. As rad as it would be, like
Right.
if they start like making out with each other, I think your big head is going to be like, oh shit.
Yeah, I guess would you be like, am I related? You're like, I'm
like
not
these are
related
two
to them.
sisters making out.
Yeah, you're like,
and-
but does that make them grosser, which makes
no,
them
no.
hotter?
I mean, it's like
Yeah, it
the
makes them-
fact that two of them are fucking you is probably they're already pretty fucked in the head.
Right. They're like, if we're with
what's-
Kirill-
and they all, and
rather-
they also make out.
yeah, most
Okay.
girls will probably kiss their own sister before me.
if we
but-
go down the value scale, yeah.
But I think with that thing, I think it's more about like where we're at as like a society that people want attention like so
You don't
gnarly.
even have to have a skill anymore. Right?
Oh,
You could
there's
just
no
be
talent.
weird.
Yeah, there's
right?
no
That
talent.
dude who's got the long neck, that weird, like that thing.
Or did
used
you
to
see
be-
like the fake tall people?
Yeah, like they
Have you
used
seen
to
that?
be in a freak
They're, like, the
show,
most-
and now they're influencers, and they're like doing Pepsi like deals.
The thing about the freak shows is, and there was like a woke time a long time ago. Like the woke thing like fucks everything up always.
Right.
Always.
So a long time ago, there was freak shows.
Yeah.
Okay. These people were born with fucking lemons. They made lemonade.
Yeah.
They were like pseudo kind of celebrities amongst each other. They had crazy good times. And they knew like the people that were like, whose parents brought them and they're laughing. They're like, those are the real freaks. Like bringing their kids to laugh at it. Like they were straight.
Right.
They're making money. So then the woke up people at the time, they're like, this is terrible. You're laughing at the freaks. Like, let's make sure they don't have a job. Like, they literally stopped their income. So now they die poor and desolate. Good work.
Yeah.
What was the point of that?
No, but the point is
Yeah.
that they want to feel good about themselves. Like, no, we need to leave people on the streets because I need to feel good about myself when I give them a sandwich that they won't eat.
Their empathy
Yeah.
and sympathy weakens everything.
Like,
It's just like
Well, people are just trying to solve problems that they're not a part of.
I mean, the thing with
correct.
like, if you actually are a freak and you can monetize that on the internet, that's cool.
God bless.
I guess kudos to anyone who can make money.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's dope that you don't have to die at a fucking 9 to 5 if you're born with a long neck and like four
No,
eyes.
but what about when the people like I saw this tall family, but they're not tall. I mean, they're tall, but they like they're one of the most paid people on.
And they wear
TikTok.
heels?
No, they do weird camera. So
They
so
just use the 0.5 filter on the.
No, they like go. So basically, they say they're all over 7 feet, but they have all their like records from when they played basketball in school. So she's like 6'2". She says she's 7'2", and like and they all say they're over 7 feet, and no one's like. That's never happened in here. There's no family of over 7.
Yeah, you guys would have. Do they have a reality show or no?
They also die at 14, I think.
I-
After like the,
No, I don't know. I
certain
saw
height.
this. Sometimes I go down stupid
Dude,
rabbit holes on fucking YouTube, but whatever. If you can hustle that shit,
Yeah, I guess.
But you see, that's the problem with.
But if you're using it for your own feeling good about yourself, that's the problem.
I just hate that the real talent gets lost amongst like just genetic disasters.
Well, it's also the
right.
money
It's hard that the
too.
pot is only so big. Where I'm scrolling through, like maybe I don't need to be looking at the Island Boys. I'd rather be looking at like a dope musician.
Yeah, like
who's
you
got
only have so
something-
much bandwidth,
right? Before
in your
I'm
brain,
right? And I've already laughed at all the horrible freaks.
Yeah.
Now, by the time Mickey's dropping something silly, I'm
don't have
already
time.
gassed out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And that's the real art,
right?
Like,
But that's why back in the day, it was easier to single that out. Nowadays, it's just so saturated.
well,
and also,
back in the day, everyone had to like actually make something, and someone else went like, "That's worthy of being on television."
and kind of like I was saying before, like how we would have to save up money to go to the studio. That worked out for
Entry's done.
us.
Yeah.
But the truth is, even though obviously there's been shitty stuff throughout time, but you had to have a level of commitment and think
Right.
like not just your mom told you were good. Like you're like after a while you're like, I don't know if I want to use all my fucking hard-earned cash to go make this demo, and I'm not that. You know what I mean?
and the problem is also everybody gets rewarded, right? So there's a reward system where they pay you, so now you don't have to be talented, right? So
Yeah,
now
you just need to
everybody
have face
back in the
tattoos.
day, back in the day, you had to be
those.
you had to be really talented and go through a period where you weren't making a single dollar.
Right. And the barrier of entry, though, right, is the fact that if I want to be a famous rapper, I need to spend 10 grand on XYZ equipment. And now you don't need to, right?
can have it to your
or
phone.
band, right? You could just do it. So now everyone can do it. It's the same thing with photography, right? Like I'm sure
Everyone
the
can
film
do- yeah.
photographers freaked out when digital cameras came
Yeah.
out, right?
And
And then the iPhone came out. Forget it, right? Like everyone's taking
And you can take good pictures, obviously, with the phone. And
well, you're muddying the water.
You might,
Yeah.
It's just
Let the
hard.
real
Like it's hard
photographers
for the good shit to float to the top because there's just so much.
Right. And and people argue that they're like, oh, well, if it was good, it would float to the top. You're like, yeah, but
That's not true.
being an artist now involves like knowing an algorithm and gaming a system versus just being like, yo, I'm going to make dope art and I have I don't know.
Well, now guys in Russia are recording videos of bottles falling down the steps on TikTok, and they're getting paid $10,000 a month. So now you're sitting there wasting
what?
time
Just, like,
watching,
rolling down?
Oh,
and
'cause
just
it's, like,
breaking
for
down.
people's,
It's
like,
for like the pleasure of just
ASMR
ASMR bullshit. So now you're wasting 2 minutes on that video when we could have
Put out a whole album of you just breathing.
There's just like the lady who does like the nail noises.
And doesn't that frustrate you? Like, I sat here and created this.
Honestly, and I'm probably just a fucking hopeless romantic. Whereas like I always think you're gonna do the thing you like to do, whether you make money on it or not. And like you would just do it because you like to do it and you needed to do it. And if you had to fucking wash dishes all day long in order to do that thing, like you just would. But I'm also, I'm probably like showing my age, and like I said, most of the painters I liked, they died. They didn't make any money, and so then I don't know. That's kind of, you don't want to have that thing also where like you're trying not to make. I wasn't trying like I have to die before I get popular. I just thought that's just like Matisse didn't even start painting until he was 45. I mean, he made a lot of money, but it's not like it's the only thing where it's not like a young man's game. Like sports, you have to be done at a certain time.
Right. You can make music for the rest of your life.
You can make music for the rest of your life, but like that window of like,
right, but
like you're not getting a record deal at like in your 40s when you're like, or what, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But with painting, you could like just be getting good like as you're getting 50. You know what I mean?
Right, but I feel like with painting is a harder journey than music because with painting, it's all to
You got
me.
smooth. You got like, I don't like.
and
You
it's
see the
like-
drill rappers that are 60 years old, the old guys.
Well,
that
I
got
just mean
famous?
if I hear Mickey put out a song, I instantly know whether I like it or not. With art, I don't know if I instantly like it or not.
It's more. It's like a more of like.
So you're just like, is this art? Can I do this? But if I hear music, I'm like, I can't do that. That's like.
I mean, I just paint like I don't do like weird.
No, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I just mean from the sake of like, if I was gonna,
like you know what you like. Like I think I don't know the word.
So I think music
is like right away if you like it or not. It's not like you don't. Your taste.
Like I'm so much happier.
You don't like it
became a
now, but
musician.
you'll like it later. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
you go to the opera, you're like, okay. I mean, I've never been to the opera, but I think if I did, I'd be like, I don't think I like this, and they'll be like, no, you just give it some time.
Just give it a few months.
It's an acquired taste.
Yeah.
Like I don't like acquired taste. Like I like shit to be.
Yeah, either I like it or not.
I like it
I
or
don't want to
don't
wait
like it.
until they're like,
You know
oh,
what I mean?
yeah.
Black and white type of thing, yeah.
So back you guys.
So we go to Simon's. Probably some time went by because now I wasn't living in Oregon anymore. Like a lot, and a lot of shit could have in 3 years. Like a lot of it could have been like I was here and then I moved here. So sometime in there, we probably were fucking around for like a year. We're doing the song. I don't think anybody's hearing them except us.
Right.
And then I have to be home at midnight. He's handing out the CD, like DJ AM would play, like all these people would play, like he's going to the best fucking clubs.
Right.
I'm at that place and I'm working in a pizza shop. And then I get a call. In my mind, nobody has heard this shit except me, Simon, and Andre Legacy. And maybe like our other weed smoking friends that fucking come over. So a dude's like, is this Mickey? Oh yeah, nobody called me fucking Mickey Avalon. And we even made the names up because we're like, all rap names, not all, but most rap names are pretty corny. And we're like, let's make it like porno names. You know what I mean?
Right,
like,
right.
So Andre Legacy's just the best with nicknames. So he's like, okay, your porn name's supposed to be like your street. So my mom lived on Avalon, and like that doesn't sound fly at all. So he's like, Avalon. Like he said Avalon, he goes, Avalon. Because that's just, he's like that. And I'm like, that's good. And then he's like, what was your pet? I was like, I never had any pets. And then he's like, Mickey Avalon. And I was like, that sounds fucking good.
That sounds great.
So this dude calls, like, I think like I had just gotten a cell phone. I thought if you had a cell phone, you're like rich. Like if you have a cell phone and a car, you're like really
in LA in 2005, 4?
2004,
Yeah.
2000. There's plenty of people that weren't rich. It just in my brain, I thought like I didn't have a cell phone. I got one. So then this dude's like, is this Mickey? And I'm like, yeah. Like I think it's Simon. Like I think I'm being pranked.
Right.
Because no one would, and
no one knows your name.
I think Simon's doing a funny voice.
Right.
You know what I mean? So then I go, yeah, what's up? Like I'm like
playing along, yeah.
Like thinking he know, like okay, like you're really gonna get me good here. And then I'm like, who's this? And then he's like, it's Beano. So then I think, I'm really being, you know what Beano is, right? Like you take it to like not fart.
Oh, yeah. The pills.
Yeah, but what it was really was this dude who ended up being my first manager. His name was David Benveniste, so everyone called him Beano. Okay. But in my mind, I'm like, okay. So I go, okay, Beano. And you can tell he's just like, what the fuck is wrong with, and he's like, Mickey Allen. I'm like, yeah. And then I'm like, I'm like, what's up, Beano? And then he's like, I really like your show. I'm like, really? You do? And like going along. And then I go, come on, Simon, stop. He's like, who's Simon? And I'm like, you. And then and then he's like, this isn't Simon. He's like, and then I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, some surreal moment. He's like, I heard the CD. And I'm just like super confused at this point. But it was a Tuesday. I remember because he's like, I'm going out of town Thursday. Can you come over? Can you come tomorrow? Like someplace in Beverly Hills. And I'm like, so now I'm like, yeah, I guess. And now like, this isn't Simon.
Did you recognize the name at all? Was he?
No, I didn't know anything about that world. I just know, okay, this isn't Simon. And I'm like, now this is a opportunity to maybe make some money.
Shit got real.
Up until then, I've only had shitty minimum wage jobs, and your manager is the guy who pays you, not the guy who like takes a cut of your money. You know what I mean? I mean, they take a cut of money they make you, but just like in my... So when I go there, he's like, this shit's cool, but like, could you make like real song? And I'm like, dude, I could do whatever. Whatever you want me to do, I can do. And then I'm like, but I'm going to need some time to do that. I'm like, can you give me like some money? It's going to take me like 3 months. And he's like, how about $1,500? I'll give $1,500 a month for 3 months. And I literally just thought I won the lottery.
Right. You're like,
and I'm like, this bridge is definitely going to be burned by the end of the 3 months. Like, nothing, this isn't a thing. Like, I just getting $4,500 from this dude. And I can ride off into the sunset and fuck off.
And you?
But then I got serious about it. And he had a dude underneath him who at the time I thought was like his little like sidekick. It'd be like if you just had like a worker who like did your gardening here.
Right.
You're like, I'll give you a chance. Like I'll give you Gardner a chance. Like he didn't do, like Beano didn't know rap. Like he had like heavy, like Poison, these bands I didn't even know
okay,
about.
got it. So
like,
he was out of his element with you.
But
he knew he liked that.
Kid, so I
But
thought,
he wanted to enter the business with you, basically.
and he let this kid
kind of be your A&R.
and to do it.
Right.
The kid had to end up buying him off me for like 30 grand but point being, I didn't, and it wouldn't to matter, it wouldn't to change anything, but I didn't know it was just like one worker there. Like, they weren't partners.
Yeah.
You know, he's just like, oh yeah, you run with it.
That guy's in charge of your career. You're like, $4,500 mine.
But then he was like,
That's cool.
now he's fucking a big shot. Like now
Really?
he does fucking Travis Barker.
Oh, wow.
Shit, we got our garden over here. Could be the biggest A&R guy.
He totally
It's like,
could.
Don Chewy, put the fucking...
Yeah.
So this dude,
That's how it goes down, though.
Kevin Wolf, he kind of just was like he made this fucking go to rehearsals. Pretty much then my record, like what you heard is my first record, was because of that dude.
Right, and it was who did most of it? Was it Simon and you? Or would you guys have a lot of people
Simon did he only did one song, and it wasn't even to go on there. We did it as like the bonus song. Right. Which is My Dick. And me and Simon,
one of the best songs ever.
Yeah, and we didn't want to do like Andre Legacy's like, we need to do a song called My Dick. And me and Simon go, let me guess, it's about how big our dicks are. And he's like, exactly. And we're like, that's the worst idea ever. We're like, that has nothing. We're like, like Simon did a song after called Baby, like how little his dick is. You know what I mean? We're like,
Simon's like, fuck, we need to fuck.
So we're like, nah, we're good. And then he's like, dude, trust me, it's gonna be the biggest. And like this guy, he's kind of like a savant.
Right. Did Simon make the beat for that?
So
right?
no.
Like,
So Simon, just to shut him up, he made that beat literally in like 10 seconds. Because he said, just do it. And we would do that. We'd be like, say if someone really wanted it, we're like, we'll just fucking do it. It's not like our time was fucking.
Right. Did you guys just ad-lib this thing? A lot of
no. So he's like, okay, fucking, and then we do it. It's kind of fucking around. No, like we wrote it, like we write shit together. And if we're like, is that good? We wouldn't. Well, yeah, it's kind of good, but we would know it sucked. Because if we said something and then both people start cracking up, like if we had to ask if it was good, it like never was.
Got it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then we did it. We kind of fixed some parts, and then and I'm glad we did it because I thought it was lame for a long time. But
Legacy was a visionary, huh?
He's a visionary, and also like. Even Robin Williams said, when all else fails, tell a dick joke.
Dude,
it's like farts and dick jokes will always work.
I don't think YouTube was a thing yet, right? Like it kind of
like it was MySpace, like where Friendster started. Basically anything I think is a terrible idea, you should just put all your money
done.
On.
What do you hate?
Well, like first like Friendster came out and I was like in AA at the time and I'm like, that is the dumbest. Like I came from like when I saw weed, it was all about like being invisible, like not having anyone know your business. But then I saw like people were like leaving the meetings like early to like check their, it was like going home to like check your answering machine. Like something weird, you know what I mean? And then MySpace came out and then I lived in that sober living place. So I had to be there at midnight, but I didn't have to go to sleep at midnight and they had a computer. So I literally just thought I would just like I collected hot chicks, like the photos, just like baseball cards. Like I didn't even talk to them or anything.
Right.
I would just be like, so it just was like, and they were probably like dudes. They were probably like other 12-year-old dudes. Like, But I was like,
look how many hot chicks fuck with my music, man.
So basically, this dude Kevin, he was all about it more than we even were about it. Like he sent me like a handful of people. So Simon did that song, but Cisco Adler did kind of like the big like. Jane Fonda, Mr. Right. And Jane Fonda was another one where I thought that's a worth it.
Love that song.
My two biggest songs were literally the ones that and not that I thought I was some like deep fucking artiste or anything.
Right.
But I would write
too close to it. Versus like someone.
He's like, I got an idea for a song. Jane Fonda. It's about big asses. And I was like, what? I was like this, like the aerobics our moms did when we were kids. And then he's like, exactly. And I'm like, that's not cool. And he's like, same thing. He goes, trust me, we're going to do it. And if you don't like it, fucking scratch it. And then the same thing. He would send me places. Oh, go to this guy's house. So I'm like, I think I had like a white Toyota Camry or something. I'm driving up to Malibu and I'm like.
Up to Cisco Adler's house?
Yeah. And I'm like, this is fucking not
Lou Adler, right?
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm not gonna have anything like me and this guy ain't gonna have anything in common.
Are you nervous in that kind of situation? Like
no,
you're
not
rolling
nervous.
Up to like
just
a house like that, and you're like, did I write some good shit for?
No. Just like nervous, like not nervous. Like this is gonna be a waste of time. What
did you when you were in these moments? Did you know like something big is happening?
No,
or you were kind of just like clueless about it.
Plus, I was sober that minute, but like 5 minutes later, I wasn't.
But you grew up
like I was high during a lot of it.
Right, but you also grew up in this town, right?
I didn't think it was something for me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like when I saw the Beastie Boys, even though they were white,
You weren't like
I wasn't like I can do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I think probably because it was so close to me, it wasn't like something I wasn't like I'm gonna.
I don't know, but if I'm rolling up to Lou Adler's house, did you come?
Well, no,
from,
that was the beginning of it. And then I even
like,
saw him, and I was like, "That's the dude who sits next to fucking Jack Nicholson at the Laker game." And I still didn't know.
Crazy.
But then me and Cisco, it was the opposite of what I thought. That's just like me being an asshole, like me being a judgmental asshole. Like, how am I gonna have anything in common with this dude who is a totally different life than me?
Right.
But we made some of the best shit.
Dude.
Like, I would say. And this sounds corny, like coming from my man, but like the quintessential Mickey Avalon shit that most people like is probably me and Cisco.
Really?
You know
I didn't know Cisco did Jane Fonda. I love that song.
And just a lot of like most of my next record. But so I just went to like 5 different people's houses, and then Kevin like curated it, like kind of put the song.
Made the whole kind of organize it. Here's
Yeah.
a question: like when you're doing that kind of shit, I know he paid you the $1,500 for 3 months to like try to put.
Yeah,
this
by
together.
then, by like probably a month in, I was already like, this is. I enjoyed it.
Right. But are you at any point? Is there any business happening where you're like, okay, so I'm in this room with Cisco Adler. What if this song pops?
No.
How does this break out?
No.
Who's getting paid what? Like,
No, I got ripped off a lot.
or that's what I was going to ask. Because from
Wow.
my experiences with all my friends, I've only lived in life for 3 years, and I hear their horror stories where girls are like, "Oh, I go into sessions, I write 12 hours a day,"
And someone
then-
walks in the room, like all that shit's happened to me.
Yeah, like, can
and
you-
I'll still let it happen because, like what's the worst foreplay? Like you're with some, hey, let me go get a condom out or something. Oh, before we fuck, can I ask you what you're fucking when you're ovulating so we don't get
So
So
you
it's
know
like
what-
before we start the song, I'm gonna walk around with a pen and pencil, and we're all gonna.
It wasn't like that yet.
Right, but I think
like,
that's
I'm just
how
not
they.
that dude.
it's
No,
just
but
right.
you should be
But
that dude.
That's how they take
You
advantage of
100%,
artists, right?
You should
Because
100% be that dude. You
It's
should
like-
be like, you three, you're not part of the song. You can be in this room, but I'm gonna have you sign a paper right
But
now.
also creatively put
that
pressure
says
in
you
the
ain't
room.
part of this.
Well, they do
fucks
that.
everything
That's
up.
the industry does it on purpose, right? It's like when bosses tell you not to discuss your salaries, you're like, you're only
Right.
protecting the boss. Like you should
all that shit. It's all that, exactly like
A young artist
kids.
is like, oh my
young
God, I'm
kids
eating-
get sent to the fucking army, and they're like, fuck that cunt, fuck those. It's like
yeah.
2 pit bulls fucking fighting each other in the ring. Those 2 pit bulls should be
example.
like, we don't want to, like, we're both pit bulls. We don't want
Right.
to kill each other.
Right.
point
Fuck
is,
these
yeah.
guys.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like if you're doing something that you like, you're a skater, you're a surfer, you're like doing some shit, you love to do it,
Yeah.
and then you start getting and you think
Art meets
like-
business is a
and even if
pretty-
you don't get ripped off, then you find out like you didn't pay taxes for fucking 10 years. Like I didn't do that, but I'm just saying it was one of the first things that I was good at. It wasn't the first thing I was good at, but like the first thing that I was good at and enjoyed a lot. Like, and just, it was fun. Like,
Right.
just
So you
going-
didn't even care about making money in the beginning as much. Like,
I mean, I cared about like, I had child support to pay. Like, I cared, but it was like, I'm not that.
you weren't like mincing numbers yet. You were like,
Yeah,
let's
like-
make art. And then, hey, if I blow up and I start selling out, like money's going to be there.
Yeah.
Right.
And like, I was the guy that's like,
You were just present.
yeah. And I just like, don't want to have anything to do with that.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking, but then like bad shit came because of it. You know what I mean? Like I got ripped off by some of the, and then also like friendships get tainted with money.
Hell yeah.
Like Simon and Andre, like we figured they'd come up next, but then when I got a record deal, they give you a bunch of money. Well, like I got some money that was just mine, but then it's like where they take you to dinner and you're like, buy 2 of the fucking $1,200 bottles of champagne because you've never done nothing like that. But you don't, and they're like, we'll buy you 5, but it's like because you're paying for it, dummy.
Right.
But like you don't know. Like I didn't see those documentaries yet. You know what I mean? So then.
Yeah, your resources were limited at that time.
And like when we went on tour, like I brought them on tour, and so they pay for the bus, they pay for everything. So
and to Hollywood accounting.
so say it costs $40,000, like to go on like the bus, whatever.
Right.
And we were getting paid well then. So say like a show is $10,000. We come home and then they'd have no money. So they'd be like, we're getting this much money a show. How come we're not getting money? I'm like, no, you got the upgrade. You got 0. I'm at negative 20.
Right. People don't realize you're
Like, so
losing.
let's just know that, like, where this is all for greater good. But then all people are gonna be like, "Fuck you." Why am I doing this and not getting
people
it?
are looking
and
at
it's just
you.
it's just a natural.
Well, yeah, you see anyone successful, you're assuming that they're just like killing it without being like, dude, there's like so many.
Like Jeff Bezos, like Amazon was fucking in negative forever. Like,
dude,
you
Uber
think someone was
is still negative.
And also, you know what happens? A lot of people see the attention that you're getting, so they think by the magnitude of the attention that
it's super easy to do. Like, I'll even, everyone that
That's
you
how
see
you
and
find
you're like,
out,
fuck
like,
that
half
guy,
these
and then you're like,
people-
nah, fuck that guy. I should be praising that guy.
Yeah.
And then you find out half the people on the internet, they're broke, right? And then you're like, oh, they just act rich.
You hear like so and so is bankrupt and 40 million in the hole, but like they've never not slept in a mansion, and you're like, how does that work? Like they out like Donald, like not to get political, but like
I've never understood.
my
that
friend's
either.
dad was like, he's like, my dad just went bankrupt. He's like the richest fool I knew. I'm like, you have a mansion and a 2 Bentley. Like, how does that? He's like,
Well,
I don't
America
know.
is built off credit.
Like, they know how to do it.
Yeah,
They
of
know,
course.
I haven't figured that
Like
part
everyone's like,
out.
Kanye's lost all his money. I'm like, I have a feeling Kanye's probably on a private jet right now.
Doesn't matter. His
But,
Spotify
yeah.
streams alone will survive him for the rest of his life.
So basically, I know I could be good at business, but for me to be good at something, it has to be like I have to treat it kind of like an art, and I have to like
Sit there and
like I
really
won't
drill
have
it. Yeah.
I won't have any friend, like no girl, no,
Right.
but like, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm good, but like I won't like not that I won't like myself. I'm gonna make money. Just that's not what I think's fun.
Right.
You know,
You got
I
to
think you can
compromise.
have-
I compromise making money for the sake of making
money.
myself laugh, or just to make myself laugh sometimes, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'll do dumb shit on this brand.
And I believe, like, I don't think to be a good businessman you have to fuck people up. Like my mom taught me, you can't have, it should be win-win with both people. So I know it could be done. It just would take me a lot of energy and time, and then I would have to put off all the other things I like to do. So yeah, like there's like my child support's being paid, my drugs are taken care of, my rent's paid, and I get to laugh with my friends and have fun.
That's
It was
it.
good. But and I figured, like, it sounds dark. I really was like, I'm probably gonna be dead by the fucking time I'm fucking before I'm 40.
Right.
And
How old are you now?
40, almost 47.
Look
I mean,
great.
my dad died at 45, so I was like, when I passed that, I was
Were you like, that was a pivotal?
yeah, it's kind of, and I'm like pretty fucking healthy these days. You know what I mean?
So you doing any smoking, drinking,
I
boozing?
drink. Well, I'm like have a pretty addictive personality. So I drink a bottle of red wine every day, starting at 5 o'clock. It's only 4 cups.
That's like the most LA thing I've ever heard about.
Yeah, but that's,
Well, no, I just like,
yeah, you're like a housewife. That's
no,
like,
like I don't like hard alcohol is not.
no weed, nothing.
But wine is
I
good.
smoke weed my whole life, but it just makes me too sleepy.
Right.
Wine is good for you though.
What's good for you?
I think
when
it's
you're
good
writing?
for you. Like, what?
When you're writing. What's
It
the
was always good. I mean, heroin was good.
like? What do you think your best work was on? Heroin, weed, alcohol?
Maybe heroin, but not honestly. It used to be kind of hit or miss, whereas now, like, I don't need like inspiration. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, as a
figured out-
photographer,
you
you can't
figured
be
out-
like, you can't like only take pictures when you're
Fuck
fucking.
that. That's the worst.
Yeah,
That's the,
he built
dude,
the formula.
I built a whole party brand that terrified me that I needed to black out every night to make
Yeah.
money.
Yeah,
And
that's probably not that
scared
sustainable.
right. And then I've done a few parties sober though.
Yeah.
And it's the worst thing you'd ever go to.
yeah, because
Yeah, like I didn't.
yeah.
My first few shows, I was totally sober. Like I had apple juice in a whiskey thing. Even though I'd never done nothing like I wasn't the theater. Like I wasn't that
Right.
wasn't me.
Right.
Like I was a class clown, but I wasn't like
I want to be on a stage.
I want to be on a stage. But I had no nerve. But I also didn't have like. I don't know, like my mom always tells this story, like when I was in karate, like getting my yellow belt or something, and I like did some kick and my pants fell down. And she was like think if it was her, how more, and I just like pulled it up, finished the shit. And then she's like, are you, after like thinking, I was like, no, dude, did you fucking, everyone got to see my fucking cool underoos. Like, so.
Yeah, you had a little bit
So
of
I started, but I mean, I wasn't like, oh my God, I dropped my pants.
Right.
So you kind of
So-
you weren't
You were
really,
smooth about
It was easy. Like when I started, my first show was at the Roxy.
Your first show was the Roxy.
Yeah, no, so like I had a lot of lucky things. Now Kevin was good at what he did.
But do you also feel that you were rolling with a cool crew? Like,
everything lined up.
Simon and his crew and DJ AM's like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
were like, you know,
Everything lined up.
It was
Simon-
it's the same pathway that Katy Perry had, really, right? She was out in LA.
Well, yeah, and
she
then-
was running around.
And then I was supposed to do something with Dr. Luke. That's later, but that was probably the first time I ever sat in a room and it just wasn't coming. Like
with Dr. Luke.
Yeah, like we made a bunch of,
Why? Because of the pressure, you think?
No, because he couldn't have fucking.
I just lost my two best friends. Like me.
Oh, man.
No, not death. Like two guys I'm talking about.
Business.
Oh, I thought he was
time.
just tried to fuck you, and then
No, like
that's his whole MO.
Like our friends. No, that's how I used to say. I was like, I wish he would just want to fuck me.
and then we can make some good art. Do what you do for Katy for
All
me.
these girls, like they were all running around,
You're like
like in their
Kesha.
underwear. Kesha was running. Katy Perry.
What are they doing that I'm not?
And I'm just like, if this guy wanted to fucking stick it in my ass,
become
we'd have,
Kesha or
we'd
Katy
have
Perry.
the magic. You know
Yeah,
what I mean,
maybe that is the magic. Has he?
I literally would just sit there, like, and the beat, it would just play, and it would just play. So that was a big part. If those two motherfuckers were there, we probably would have been, even if they didn't help me, right? Just, you know,
The
like,
energy.
They're literally like my two best friends.
Yeah,
and
right.
then, so I lost my two best friends as friends, not death. And then just broke up with my chick. So I'm literally just sitting there, and I wasn't really feeling this shit too much. Like, and I wasn't, like,
At
now.
what age was this?
What was it?
What age was this? How old were you?
This was supposed to be like my second record.
Wow.
So,
By your two best friends, you mean Simon and
Yeah,
Andre?
Andre,
You guys
yeah.
stopped talking for a little
yeah,
bit.
because of like the money shit I was
The money
Oh,
should start
okay.
getting weird. Yeah.
Basically, me, Simon was being all weird about the shit. I'm like, bro, go to the fucking accountants, look at the books. He's like, I went, and you're right, but it's been in my head so long, I can't get it out. It'd be like if you
Right.
you were
It was
so
like a
obsessed with
cancer,
your
yeah.
chick cheating,
You can't-
and you've envisioned it, and then you're like, you finally got to prove she wasn't, but you're like, I can't. It's too late.
Yeah,
I
it's all
can't look
wrong.
back. I can't.
Yeah. So I'm like, let's just fight. I'll meet you at the, and then I go, he's fucking waiting at my house. I get there, jump out of the car, and then,
Wait, to actually fight? You guys were gonna
and
fist
then,
fight?
no, I ran
because-
out, I ran to fucking, and then he goes, I don't want, he goes, can we just, how about we just get high together?
Two Jewish kids just fighting over.
And I was like, okay. I'm like, I didn't really want to fight him either, but I was like, let's just put an end to this, you know? And then he's like, let's just get high instead. And I go, okay. So then that was that. But so Dr. Luke, I'm all over the place.
all
But,
No, but we're going back. Yeah.
So-
we're keeping track.
and I also really do believe things happen the way they're supposed to happen. You know, people die. That's supposed to. You know, I mean, you
Right.
can't be like they're not supposed to. It's like whatever happened
just
was
life.
exactly. You
It's
know,
life.
it's just life. There's things where. I mean, I don't spend too much time doing that, but there's things I'm like, fuck. It's really like if I see like a car I want, like or something, like I like old cars.
Right.
Not even like fan. Just I'm like, fuck. If that Dr. Luke record would have worked out,
I could have
got that. But then I got to be like, or you would have been dead because you would have had a fucking stupid money.
And you were just
And
fucking
so like
okayed
you don't
on
like
something.
it just is what it is.
You just
Have
don't
you
know
ever
what's
had?
going
Have
on.
you had like any Hollywood moments like that where someone's tried to like fucking promise
weird
you-
with-
get a
yeah.
little frisky?
Get a little funny?
No. Yeah, I don't know why. It's
You guys ran-
kind of bums me out.
Like, what? No,
You're like,
what's
what's wrong with me?
I want to be a star.
What are some like rock star memories for you, like in LA?
No, like rock star. I mean,
But like
Did
something
you destroy hotel rooms, please?
Yeah.
Tell me
What?
that. You've destroyed hotel rooms?
I've destroyed hotel rooms not on purpose.
No,
and
but I
I
like
should have
that.
kept this fucking thing. Like one of the darkest times, just fucking when I was shooting heroin was bad, but shooting cocaine, I only got into that for like a
What is
little
shooting
bit.
cocaine?
you shooting cocaine. I never heard.
Yeah, it's like bad news. I had a hotel room just covered in blood. Fuck, bad news shit. You know,
Probably
it was
the
on-
dopest photo shoot ever in there.
yeah, it would have been. I had this bed that was full of syringes. I should have taken pictures of it.
Dude, it's probably like the Whitney
But
Houston.
like I want to get away from that shit
Right.
so fast. But then kind of, and I was whenever I would see people kind of like I'd be like, that's so
But isn't,
corny.
without interrupting you,
Yeah.
but I'm interrupting you right now. Like, I know living through it was obviously probably
Living
hell.
through it's the biggest part.
Was it on the other side though, dude? It's kind of cool.
No,
Like hearing someone be like, "Yo, I used to do
Living
heroin
through
and
it-
covered my hotel room in blood." I'm like, "Damn, that's a rock star." Like,
That's what I'm
so
trying to
cool.
say.
Living
Like
through it-
I'm a little fucking phony. Like I drink, I smoke
Well,
weed,
it
I
was
party with girls, but I'm like, damn, I wish I had those stories. Like I know they're not great, but I wish I had them.
I guess I'm like,
I've
it really
traumatized
just
it.
is living through. Like I said, that time was the fucking okay. Well,
Were you having fun?
I was having fun. I mean, I was not fun. Like like most of my drug use was like by myself in a fucking, not like crying in the fucking bathroom or anything, but like
There was
not,
time.
it's not very social.
Yeah.
No. I
See,
mean, like I
that's my
love the
drug-
drugs, But like, it's not like I go to a party like, hey, let me break out my fucking kit and like,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Were you productive on the drugs? Like,
Yeah, I
were
was
you
super productive.
Yeah, see, then I have no problem with that.
But this is the darkest fucking, literally the darkest day. And then we'll go on to something else. But that fucking hotel room, the cocaine was probably like 6 months, but because I knew people had done it before, but I never had the money to get, like I barely had enough money to get the drugs I needed. But then all of a sudden someone got a bag of coke, and then I was like, oh, I have a little bit of money now. Now I can, and I'd done it, but like certain drugs, no matter how you put it in your body, it does the exact same thing. Might be faster or it might be stronger, but the same. Like whether you shoot heroin, smoke heroin, snort heroin, you're getting the exact same feeling. You can't get it in you fast enough to make a different feeling. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's not an amount of cocaine you can put in your nose
that makes it
that will make that thing happen.
Right.
Crack, smoking, you can almost get it. But it's just a fucking like have you taken a hit of nitrous?
Yes.
Like that times fucking a million. But then the problem is, like, you're fucking on this thing and then you're trying to stick a fucking little needle in a little vein and you're fucking, it's just like, you'll fucking punch your mom. Like, it's fucking bad news. You know what I mean? Like, I'd be in the bathroom for hours and think I was in there for like 15 minutes just trying to find a vein. I had a seizure. Fucking, my chick's like coming in and I'm like, as I'm having a seizure, I'm like, I finally got the fucking.
Does it feel great?
It was amazing.
Yeah, it's worth the effort, right? Right. That's what I'm like.
It was the best fucking.
It seems so terrifying to put a needle into you for me, but
It is.
What's on the other side?
I don't even like needles.
What's on the other side has to be so good that people are willing to do that.
Well,
and
don't forget.
Were you doing it in obvious places or like toes?
Yeah,
and shit?
like there's some. I was like, had to wear gloves for a while. Like these, like I don't know what.
But was it like
fucking these fingerless gloves? Like,
did you feel? Was it like a sceney?
It was a short time. Like everyone knew about the other shit, but I was very functional.
So were they just kind of
like it is what it is. No one was worried about me dying.
Right, but also
that shit.
You were also not like a street junkie. You were a musician, so it allowed.
I mean, I started as a street junkie, but then I kind of came back.
Right, you became like, dude,
and then I liked. And sorry to make this fucking whole thing about drugs. I'm not glamorizing it. I'm
part of the story.
I'm
glamorizing it because that shit's cool.
That's part of the story.
That shit's so cool. You wouldn't. Yeah, hey,
no, but that is part. So the coke, I was like, like my mom came. I was like, no. She's like, you really want to know? I'm like, yes, I really do. Fucking get out of here. We're in fucking Utah or something. I literally have the letter somewhere from the fucking hotel. Like you literally. And this dude, fucking Chucky, he was like the tour manager then. And he's supposed to fucking get us to the flight. It was either, I think it was Utah or maybe Utah going to, whatever it was. I'm in the room. And I never miss flight. I'm like super fucking professional. All this stuff was like whatever at the beginning, but then once I didn't know I had a good work ethic because I only had shitty jobs. I mean, I tried to wash dishes as good as I fucking could.
I was
like, now I like this. And I don't want it to end, like it could end tomorrow, but I don't want it because like I didn't show up.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
Maybe it's a Jew thing. I don't.
Yeah,
you know,
that's where Jew meets drugs. It's still a very efficient Jew.
It's definitely.
You're more neurotic on heroin. I got to be there early.
Hashem is going to end this really fast.
Exactly. So no, but
Jews just excel at everything.
No, but I remember this shit so I couldn't fucking get it. Oh, and that's another thing. You guys are getting a medical fucking
you're like
lesson.
a nurse.
Yeah, I love it.
So if you miss like with heroin or most things, if you miss, it still works. Like you just
goes into the muscle or something?
You muscle it. And like you won't get like a rush, but it will still, you'll be fine.
Do you get a cramp or some shit like that?
No, you get a little thing, but with coke, you don't, not only do you not get it, like it's backward. It's like fucked up. Like you're just agitated and then you're like you'll literally be crying. Like, cause it's like it's like a dream. Like you're about to get your dick sucked, but she's just like, and it's like
never,
and it's just not
the mouth
there.
never makes, and
you're just like, but you know it could be. You're just like, and you're like, why can't? So I'm fucking, I can't get it. I can't get it. This fucking blood's everywhere. And he's like, yeah, we gotta fucking get to the plane. I'm like, I'm in a robe naked. My dick's like this big. Fucking, I'm just and I'm just like, and I'm, come on. I'm like, and then finally, I don't get it. Fine. Oh, and at this point, it's just this bloody jelly fucking, and I finally, it breaks. So I'm finding like, okay, we're fucked. Like, no, but then in my brain, so I'm like, okay, we can go now. So no, no.
We're late for the airport.
No, but this is because how sick I was. Because I put the jelly, I put the fucking blood jelly in a little fucking bag. And I'm like, when we get to the airport, and I'm like fucking crazy, but like I would get 5150 at this point. I'm like, and I'm thinking, I don't tell him this. I'm like, when we get to the fucking airport, I'm going into the diabetic fucking sharp container in the fucking bathroom. And I'm like, those people probably don't have AIDS. They're just giving themselves a fucking. So I fucking get one. I fucking reach. I get a few actually. I reach in the thing, put it in my pocket. I get on the plane. Like some time is coming.
Wait, you could just get fucking needles from those things that fly on a plane? You could take out a pilot.
No, in the bathroom. They're dirty.
Right. Yeah, but that's a good way to like fucking kill a pilot. Right? You could hijack a plane with those dirty needles. We got a movie.
Yeah.
We got our next movie.
That's great.
So I finally get on the fucking plane. I get it. I finally get it in the bathroom. I get my fucking Wawa, and it's not even like it's just like it's like really gnarly, and I don't even like gnarly. Like I like that, but I got it. We get the letter.
Airport bathroom,
and then
so good.
Yeah, an airport. No, airplane. I wait till I was on the airplane because I didn't want that whole scene to happen, and then yeah. But the good thing about that shit though, is when you get away. Like you just need a little bit of time away from it. And you could, like, right now, if you're like, you want to take a hit of crack? I'll be like, no, I'm good. You know, like, you don't, once it's out of your system, you can decide, like, it's really gnarly when you're, like, in it. Whereas, like with heroin, I would think about that shit fucking forever.
Do you still think about it?
A lot, but I still have, like, dreams and shit, you know what I mean?
Well,
like,
it's just so good. It's the greatest feeling ever.
I think I was in a lot of pain. It's not really that good. I mean, it's good, but it's more like...
It numbs you out.
Is it what, like you're going through a lot of emotional pain and it's like, or whatever you're going through mentally, it just lets you go?
Like, I don't have a desire to do that now.
Okay.
Like, someone could...
You're a happier person?
Someone could die and it's like, I'll feel sad, but I'm not like...
He separated himself
That's
from
not the
his-
solution.
Do you think you've also been through enough shit through life? Like, the older I get, I realize I'm just going to be okay with more death,
Yes.
right? Like,
Yes.
Like, school shootings used to matter in this country, and now I just like...
It's just
okay. It's like the fifth page now. It used to be front page news.
Like, I used to think I missed all the cool shit. Like, I thought everything
Nick,
cool happened in the
cool
50s
shit.
and 60s. I missed it all.
You missed
and then I
it all.
realized
You
like,
were the cool shit.
No, I'm like, we had like, we had the last time where like kids played outside, no one shot schools, fucking kids didn't cut their dicks off when they were fucking 12.
Right, no one's filming you acting stupid.
Like girls don't have to fucking commit suicide because someone fucking filmed them fucking give me a hand job or something. Like I'm like, thank God this shit that I thought was like nasty at school was no big deal.
Dude, Last of the Mohicans.
You know,
What else would you
I've said that.
What was would you expect anything more crazy than from a guy who wrote my dick, though, right? Like that's just you were living the life.
You lived
cool.
that image, which is amazing. Which is obviously now you're looking at it like, all right, cool, like I did it, and now you're in a different space and
but you
different
have
life.
so many cool stories.
But you literally
should write
lived
a
that
book.
life.
You know, I want to do two of my biographers are dead.
You dated?
No, two of the people who are writing
dead?
my book are
Dead?
dead.
They can't keep up.
You think the third one's gonna die or no?
No, well, it's just a sad part.
What are they?
The first one, the first one, maybe he got the vaccine. I don't know. The first one, no, the first, the first one was health. No, was like sober, like 20 years or something. He was like not old man.
He probably heard your stories. It was like, you know what? I'm gonna go.
No,
try
he
this
had
out.
gnarly stories. Like, and he just died of like a heart attack, like out of nowhere,
Like a blood clot situation. In
Could be fucking. I don't know. Like it's he's not like a fucking
Fauci killed all
he's
your
not like a
You
specimen.
got vaccinated?
What?
Did you get vaccinated? Is that a personal topic?
I mean, I have a legal vaccination.
I love it. Yeah.
That's my.
I
boy.
did it.
I'm not big enough. I'm not
Cancelable?
famous enough, rich enough to be like when they say you need to do that for work. I'm not where I can say like, no, fuck you. But I also know I'm gonna get like I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Right.
And I'm gonna figure out the fucking way
Loophole.
to make it
Yeah.
or just.
But you did put a dirty airport needle in your arm.
It wasn't
At what point?
honestly.
Yeah, but
I wasn't.
we're
I'm
past
not even
those
anti-vaccine.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like this shit because I see what's going on.
Right.
And I really just don't like people telling me what to do.
That's okay,
Was the
yeah.
fucking.
That's the second person today.
What,
Estee was the first.
No one like
But now, and I didn't know of any of this. Like at the time,
I'm
I was
such a
even
little
saying like,
bitch.
"You're so dude." I'm like you just said, I shot shit in my neck. You really think a fucking vaccine?
Right. So you have a different principles about why you don't want.
But I'm glad
you're not. You're
you.
Because now, like, the shit's all coming out. Kids are fucking dying and shit.
All day.
All fucking day. But that dude, I don't know. The other dude, full on fucking rode off into the fucking sunset. That dude named John Albert.
Dude,
He's a great writer.
dude, bro, that's
Ryan
like,
Leone.
that's your first book when you release it should be like 2 people died writing this. Like,
And if this one gets
Maybe
published,
that's the title.
right, 2 people died writing this book. That's how crazy my life is.
Third time's a charm.
Right, like I told these stories and 2
And
people
both of
died.
these motherfuckers
One might be
have like
vaccine.
tons of fucking interviews. Like the first dude, John Albert, the guy who just died. I told the second dude because he was still alive. But I told Ryan Leone, yo, you need to go if he's cool with it. Get as much shit from him. He wrote this long story in LA Weekly about me. Like the first thing, it's a good one. It's like 7 pages. But I was like, he interviewed plenty of people that aren't even alive anymore, like my grandparent, you know,
Right. All these
like 20 years ago. So Ryan Leone got all that shit, and then he died. So I was thinking, oh, I'll go back. I'll have John Albert fucking because he's the
Start
one who did the best
transcribing that
shit anyhow. And then he died, and then my chick's like, you need to go get us. I'm like, I'm not calling their wives. Like, dead a year. Like,
story killed you guys.
no. Like, yo,
how do you get a new writer? Be like, hey,
well,
so
no,
what
I need
happened
to
the
get
other
all
two?
the notes.
Right.
But it's just I got to give it a minute.
Yeah, you
you know.
can't
What
just-
I mean?
This is-
I'm like,
Yeah.
and I really because I have lost a lot of people, and I have a kind of
Right.
Hindu kind
You're
of.
not gonna die after this episode.
I got like a Hindu fucking belief in all that shit. So when people die, it hurts me, but then I move on.
Right.
Like I'm like they're in a bad. I don't know if they're in a bad place. They could just be fucking flatline. I don't know.
Right.
I don't think they're fucking getting their dick sucked in heaven or anything. I just think
This might be the last
On to
episode on this
next.
podcast.
I know. This is Mickey's the curse of death. Anytime he tells a story.
no, like when people
die around this.
when people are like, I'm so sad my grandma died. I'm like, really? You're sad that your 94-year-old grandma died? Yeah, it sounds like
I'd be
shit.
relieved. I think I tell him all the time. I've already buried my grandma.
Like
I'm sad when like a 19-year-old family member.
you know,
died.
and for me, like I can die. It could be a day after my mom dies, but it can't be a day before. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like she just can't bury me, and then everything's and then like because like I think every day is fucking I'm good. You know what I mean? I'm straight. Some days like I get stressed. Oh fucking my mortgage is due. Whatever. I don't have it. Fucking hustle.
Right.
And then you
know.
just remember, you're like all those times. You just put it all in
Dude, you made it
perspective.
through all the other shit.
Yeah, you put it in
Like
perspective.
I'm like that's not gonna be like, and then you almost feel like while it's happening, like is this really what you're fucking stressed out about?
Right.
You know what I mean? Or like you're fighting with your chick and you're just like, fuck, why can't it be like the olden days where I could just put your fucking face through a wall? Oh, you're not allowed to do that anymore. Okay, let me just go for a walk.
Yeah. So you're in a better place.
I mean,
It's the softer
I
side
wouldn't
of
say
me.
I
better
wish you
place,
could
I
just slap them
the
around.
trends are-
Yeah, I wish you could just get what you want
know,
these days.
right?
The
Like-
good old days.
Yeah, the good traditional days, man.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Mickey's got to run out.
We might have to do a fucking part two.
We might
think
need
we
to do
should
more of
do a
these,
part
dude. I
two.
want to get to know all of you.
I have so many more questions that I
Yeah.
didn't even get a chance
Yeah.
to
Next
ask.
time, I'll
No,
fucking
well, we could do
sit
these.
back and-
Mickey could come in.
I
and
literally
teach
live
us.
fucking 10 minutes.
Dude, we could do these all
Actually,
the time.
25
Will you
minutes
just
the other
plug
day.
anything you want to plug? I know you're on tour. Guys, please go listen to this man's music. It's
The best.
incredible.
The best.
Thank you. I have a new record called Never Satisfied. Listen to it. I don't make any money off of it, so just listen to it because I like it. All my money pretty much comes from touring and stuff. So
So go see him on tour.
and like bootleg this shit. I don't fucking. It's only on like streaming.
It's on Spotify.
Yeah, it's on Spotify.
Okay.
It's on all the streaming.
Dude,
I'm just
great.
saying, like, fucking if people. I don't think people burn CD. Whatever. Just I don't care. But like, just
LimeWire,
because I like
whatever.
it. You don't need to buy it.
Yeah.
Just fucking. And then I have a new record coming out, Mickey Avalon and the Fuckboys. But the U is an asterisk in case fucking we make it
can't-
to
you
the
can't-
radio
you
or
can't,
something. And that's with the band. Well, Never Satisfied is me and my DJ Mackie plays some guitar in it. But with the band, it's like me still doing my exact same shit, but with the band. The drummer is named Josh Freeze. He's in the Foo Fighters now.
What?
He's a
Oh, wow.
So
Sick.
Sick.
our
Yeah.
stock went up.
Do you know Dave Grohl?
I don't know Dave Grohl.
Do you know Marilyn Manson?
I know Marilyn Manson.
Oh my God.
He was a big Mickey Avalon fan.
Wow.
He's a weird dude.
Was or is? You guys still?
He might. I don't know.
I'll be honest with you.
We didn't have a falling
Mickey,
out.
I'm gonna have to.
We didn't
one
have
day.
a falling out, but I don't
Okay.
know how big of a fan he is.
I'm such a big Marilyn Manson fan.
But yeah, he's weird, but he makes good music.
He might have copied your image, honestly, from the beginning of your days.
No,
in a way.
No,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just.
But so that record, basically, we're still good on time. I was in fucking Indonesia for a long time. That's
Right.
where the band got made. My friend Mate
Right,
J.
you went to Indonesia during the
But
pandemic,
then
right?
they all flew here to do the like we wrote the whole record, made demos,
Right.
But then they all flew here except the drummer couldn't get a visa. So we got my boy Josh Freeze, who's the illest drummer. He's already played with everybody, so it already made our shit stock go up. But then homie from Foo Fighters died, the drummer. Then he became the drummer, and then the stock went even because we all knew he was the best, but like someone on the street wouldn't know.
Right,
Whereas
right.
now they're like, oh,
Dude, you should get Josh
the
to get
drummer
you.
for the Fuckboys is in the Foo Fighters.
Right.
So
Sick.
that's coming out soon. But really, right, yeah, I'm just on tour. I'm always on tour. That's how I feed myself and my loved ones. And that's just my Instagram is Mickey_Avalon.
Fire.
I think the other ones are just Mickey Avalon, like Facebook and Twitter.
Awesome.
This guy's a legend, guys.
But let's fucking
We're gonna get a part 2 in.
let's
Part
get
two,
it.
so
Let's
then,
do
you
it.
know,
I
one
like
time,
talking.
I'm gonna try to get Mickey maybe to perform at a Summer Friday for us one time.
I'm down.
I've had Simon do my party once, but maybe maybe
Let's
one
do a
day,
little
we
performance.
reunite the gang one day for a mic.
Simon would do it here.
Simon would
Like he doesn't really play anymore.
Simon doesn't do anything,
But he would do it.
I
He
saw
would
him
do it
working
for
on
you.
someone's house the other day. His writer strike is not
No,
going
he
well
just
for
did
him.
like 5 movies
Yeah,
this
yeah,
year.
yeah.
He's a fucking
Dude, that
big
guy
time
almost got
thespian.
out. They were telling him he was going to be. He crushed it in that fucking Red Rocket.
Oh, dude.
Revived his whole career.
He literally, but
He was
he's
losing
just
his
that
mind
guy.
in
Like
Joshua Tree.
Like he might be, but he likes that
Yeah.
weird shit. He's literally the dude that just like goes through life and
He's Hans
everything.
Zimmer.
And I think a lot of it probably he's not only responsible for like helping me on the fucking kickoff, but just like as far as someone to look up to, who like is a truly a good human being.
He's great.
He is,
when I
yeah.
got broken up with my ex-girlfriend, he went on so many lunch dates with me when I was in LA and like talked to me. And then I'm like, how he helped you. You're like, it's very rare. And it's a nice little
No,
story.
it's very rare, and it's
someone
very
cares, when
rare.
someone cares.
Here,
Out
like
here,
he's
yeah.
the dude. Like I'm the worst at like. I love my friends, but I'm terrible at like.
Staying in touch.
I'm terrible at networking. I'm
Right.
terrible at like Simon's that dude, and not because like he wants anything. He's just that dude, and like
He's a friend. He's just a friend.
Maybe next time we do
and
both of you.
everything. I think everything good comes to him because he's a good-looking dude. He's
okay, 90% of it comes
he's got a big dick
because he's hot.
And he doesn't
no.
age.
Yeah. He
He doesn't age.
yeah.
Still looks younger.
But no, like, dude, like who gets fucking like a re-shot at all at that shit at like in the second half of your life?
Good-looking guys.
No, but they've already had something.
Right. No, I mean, Simon's hilarious. And he's just loved, right?
Well, he's also
He's
very
loved.
talented.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's loved.
he's all around just a dope dude.
He's a lovable dirtbag.
Good
like the
shit
rest of us.
happens when you're around that fool.
Yeah. Well, maybe next time we'll have both of you. We'll get a little gay.
He would probably do it.
That'd be fun.
All right. I'm going to clap
Amazing.
us out.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mickey. Bye.
Boom.